And that is,
one component.
you know, sometimes, like the way I think about this today is quite different from the way I thought about it last, you know, October or whatever, when we first started. So, and
A
I think
neophyte leader wouldn't probably see
No, I
it
mean,
all,
yeah.
maybe.
you know, why do I have to
So
learn
our
about?
audience here again is Gail.
And the
is going-
developers.
And the developers. So if we keep that in mind, that's who we're
But
thinking about.
I think we also have to have the audience of the potential consumers. But the potential consumer doesn't always know what it is that they need or should have. And it's trying to juggle those things is the,
But I think that's why the lens is good for us, because if we have the experience, we sort of know, like if we assume that the neophyte is pretty green, and we sort of know what the knowledge base is, we can make the assumption that when the person exits, they're gonna have these things.
right. Okay, it looks like
We're
we're,
just chatting about the
Another
fact
meeting.
that it's your husband's 60th birthday, he's a judge, and they shut down the courthouse, he had the day off.
Who's 60? Carol?
Carol's husband.
Yeah.
all right.
She doesn't look that old, does she?
Maybe her husband's that old, but
Yeah,
she's still in her
thank
40s.
you. Oh, I, good. I'm coming back here to.
Let me ask you that, and I'm not in no way saying, you know, do this. Is there anybody who would be interested, desire to, need to, do a similar thing for any of the other three core components that you would say, I want to take that on, or a part of it?
I wouldn't mind getting feedback on this as a collective, and then we decide on doing it.
Okay.
Because I don't mind taking on more and doing more of this. I like doing this type of work. It's just that I want to feel that what I've done thus far is helpful.
So
Okay.
how would you like comments back? Do you want Roger forward them to you, or are we replying to the whole group?
I
What's
think
your
we
preference?
put this on the agenda for the 26th.
Okay.
And for those that can't make it, and they have to respond via email, Roger to you.
But if we're waiting until we get feedback before we go ahead with the other three, I think initially, doesn't everybody around the table think that this is an admirable piece of work?
Yes, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Just-
I just want, thinking, I can't react, I mean, because I want to just say this looks.
Okay, how
good.
about we do this? I'll send this out to everybody and ask for comment within a week.
Perfect.
And we'll take that comment, and to reply to all. So if you have some thought, unless you want, you know, to make it to an individual, I would say, you know, reply to everybody, sort of like a discussion. And then if the discussion is, yeah, this looks, you know, the direction that we want to be going in, continue this, then I'll certainly do some more, and Dwight, if you're interested, so that we'd have, does that make sense? All right, so this will be,
It's a lot of work, though, I mean, it's
Yeah.
undertake,
it was interesting. I mean, it was, because when you look at it and say, well, what do we mean by that? And you begin mapping out and there are some pieces of this, I mean, some people would find controversial,
yeah.
especially part of market capitalism. But I tried to phrase it in a way that covered the entire
in terms of
political
the
perspective.
relevant standards and accreditation
Good.
criteria.
Thank
you. Okay.
That's
Thank you.
helpful, that's very helpful. But again, that's a time consumer where you're looking at trying to cross-check.
Right, and again, I think if we have examples of it, it shows the connection between the accreditation, the standards, but we don't have to do the whole thing if we
No,
have
but it,
examples of
yeah,
it.
it was,
Okay, well, I think,
You did the trajectory, but let's look at can we just look at the leader as learner one? Because that was something you say as well, that. Okay, this one,
bring it
you
over the other
can bring it
way.
over a little.
Very
Okay.
good.
Maybe
Just
shift
move
it
your thing.
machine.
back, forward?
Side.
over.
Just this way a little bit.
Yeah. to bring it down.
Yeah,
That'll do.
Is that all right?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
okay. Like this one is not as rich in content. This is almost a dispositional something, or, like I look at this one.
I don't know what reflexive praxis is.
I think it's supposed to, I think it was supposed to be reflective, was it not?
No,
Reflective practice,
Right.
possibly? Reflexive,
I think that was out of Parker, wasn't it? Doesn't Parker Palmer talk about reflexive practice? You don't think so? You would know, wouldn't you?
I think wasn't it,
Jill
Jill.
Estrada.
yeah, that was her
Yeah,
language.
it comes out of a Freirean tradition, I think.
Well, it's certainly in keeping with, I think, the dynamic nature, and distinctive nature of our mission statement.
I'm trying to remember the tools in practice. What we had in mind for that.
On the little note that I made on mine, when we talked about that, there were both tools in practice, professional tools in practice, and then interpersonal tools in practice. So, those are the two notes on that particular one that I had. Maybe somebody else has notes, no?
I don't know.
Professional and interpersonal?
Yep, professional and then interpersonal were.
I don't remember the reflexive praxis at all.
Look at
I might have missed that day too. but-
I just remember that was Jim.
The focus that I have in quotes here, sort of capturing what we were talking about, at least for me, was how do these impact learning? What's the impact on learning?
And you're asking Roger what the tools and practice
Yeah.
mean.
Well,
Is it, wouldn't like, I don't know, I'm just thinking, okay, what would be an example of a tool that a leader, learner would use with interpersonal? Yeah,
would be what?
you had two categories, what was it?
Professional and interpersonal. And I think I wrote that down from someone, as we were talking or whatever, just on that particular one. So professional tool,
Journal. But I didn't know you're talking about that kind of tool.
what did you say?
I said journal.
Oh, journal.
And tool.
Or, I don't know, I was thinking more in terms of the actual tool that one would be corporate credentials. I mean, or, I don't know, not in terms of tool, professional tool as an educator.
But it's under the category of
Leader,
leader,
learner.
learner, so how?
Okay.
Yeah,
Vocabulary.
I think it was, like journaling and,
Really? Tools and practice professional? Maybe, I don't know.
Paper trail, journaling, paper trail.
is that what you had in your?
No, I was trying to think what could possibly
Well,
be. We do have reflective before reflexive practice, but then we're taking it out here.
Mhm.
So reflective was in there.
Didn't we take reflective practice and put it someplace else?
But yeah, I think we put,
Put it back up there, as opposed to taking out the reflective.
I think it's on another map that it's on.
I think if you did a Google search on reflexive praxis,
You'll get some pretty rich stuff.
yeah, and it's distinct from, it's bigger than reflection. It has much more of a political, analytical dimension to it, and very tied to